What's up guys? So I'm Arnold. I'm going to show you how to install the MC4000. This in particular is the U-shaped zipper. The N-shaped zipper is the exact same setup. So first thing that we're going to do is we're going to install the valves, and then we're going to install the machine, blow up the machine, and then we're going to show you how to install the frame. But we'll also show you how the frame looks assembled, or how it should look assembled once it is, right? Because it's numbered. So first thing we're going to install is all the valves. So I'm going to install this blue valve, okay? If you go with your chamber, it's deflated like this. You're gonna wanna install this. So on the left side of the chamber, there's a blue color here, okay? You're gonna wanna install the blue valve with where the blue color is. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna install the emergency relief valve, which goes right here. So if I straighten this out for you, you have, this is how it looks, blue valve, and the emergency relief valve goes right here. Okay, and what the emergency relief valve is going to do is, this is how it looks. So you see it has the ATA, and if I flip it, it has this, it says push. Okay, so what this does, guys, is if you're inside the chamber and for whatever reason the relief valve, the actual one, isn't working, you can just push on this. It's going to release the air. So I'm just going to screw this on. All right, so now I'm going to install this black valve. This is the pressure gauge. It's black. It goes on the inside of the chamber, but also on the left side. Okay, so inside of the chamber you will see the blue color that we installed, the valve, the emergency relief valve. You want to install this on the very top of those four in the black color. Okay, so very easy to just screw in. Okay, and then the last valves that we are going to install is the ATA valves. Okay, so these are the pressure valves. They go in the back. So at the very back on the bottom, there are two places to screw this in, which I will also show you, but you're just gonna wanna screw those in. All right, so let's talk about connecting the machines and what you need to do, okay? So I'm gonna talk about what you do with the all-in-one and if you have the AC or don't have the AC. So if you don't get the AC, no AC, your machine is gonna come like this. It's gonna come with air, oxygen, cooler, and you're gonna be able to power all three of these on, okay? If you do have the AC, typically these don't come. So you'll only have these four buttons right here, right? So you have the air and the oxygen. So you would just power those on. This is your oxygen liter valve. So it can go up to 10 liters per minute. Once it's on, you'll see this circle, this ball go up, okay? And you can control it. So the setups of this, let's talk about it. So I'm first going to show you with the AC. So actually the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to install just these tubes into the machine, okay? So blue will always go into the O2 section. So blue, O2, what you want to do is just, okay, so we're gonna first install all the tubes into the machine. Then we're gonna go inside the actual chamber with the disassembled frame, and we're gonna show you how to assemble the frame. So blue color is always for oxygen. You're gonna wanna just put it in here, and you're gonna wanna push it until you feel this like click or this movement, okay? You will feel it. So you wanna put that in there. And then the O2 goes on the right side of the chamber. There's two colors. One is blue, one is black. Blue goes with blue. So same thing, you wanna put it in until you feel this click. You will feel it. You'll know what I'm talking about. And then next is you have this clear valve. This clear tube is for the air compressor, okay? So put this inside, you should feel a click. So wait, there we go. So you should feel that. And this would just go over here, okay? And this black one. Boom. So now you are connected to the chamber, and you're able to go inside with the empty frame, zip it up. You're gonna want to zip up all three, inflate it, and then you can set up the frame. Now, if you have the AC, okay, the setup is slightly different. So what you want to do is, if you have the AC, come over here. So if you have the clear tube, okay, and the AC, you're gonna want to connect the air over here, and then you're gonna put this clear tube on top of the AC here. And then we already put these on, but these two tubes you're gonna want to put snugly over there. And then for the AC, you always want to open up these valves. Super important for you to open up these valves in order for the air to go. And now to connect the actual AC to the chamber, we're gonna go, you have this single piece over here. It's also with a clear tube. This clear tube will go right here. You're gonna feel it go in. And then this connects to the outside of the chamber with the black hole. Boom. So the machine, the all-in-one machine is now connected to the AC. I said to open those valves. Make sure you keep them closed until, like if you have water in there, don't open them until you connect everything. So first connect these tubes. So you're gonna wanna put the AC tubes on the back of the chamber like this. Make sure they're in all the way. And now you have your whole all-in-one machine and the AC connected. Okay, so on the back of the AC, you will have above the power button, you will have this little port that you can put this in. And then you wanna connect this to the cable at the back here. Okay. All right, guys, so this is how the frame would look inside of the chamber. You do not wanna assemble this outside and then try putting it inside. Okay, you're gonna wanna take how it comes, and you're gonna wanna bring it inside the chamber, zip up the chamber, and you're gonna wanna start blowing it up, okay? So if we look over here, we have a numbers. Like this is number 5. It looks, guys, okay? So the whole frame, that's how we would assemble it. All right, so what we're gonna wanna do now is turn these on so that the chamber can start to inflate a little bit. Make sure that the power is also plugged in here. So timer, if it's off, the machine isn't gonna turn off. You wanna turn this to on. And then we can just turn on the air compressor so that the chamber can start to fill up. Okay, you don't need to turn on the oxygen. All right, guys, so last part of the MC4000, if you have the AC that is, right, is you're gonna wanna go and put this AC over here, okay? Very easy. And then there's a cable inside. The cable inside is gonna go on the left of the AC, okay? So that's how it looks. And now, the very last part are these AC tubes, okay? So all you wanna do is connect it like this. Connect it like this, and we're good. And then last two things that you're gonna wanna connect. Okay, so you have the bottle. So if you have the AC unit, you would get the blue bottle and you would connect it over here. So it's gonna collect any sort of water that comes from the air conditioner, and this is the silencer. So it's gonna keep blowing air out, but it's silent, as you can hear. And then this is for the mask. So for the oxygen, you just connect there, and then you're able to connect the mask. So if you're gonna use the headset, right? It always comes with a face mask, but if you're gonna use the headset, you're gonna connect this like short piece to this blue tube, and then the long piece you're gonna connect to the blue tube all the way to the headset. And now you have the oxygen blowing, and you can adjust the oxygen as well if you want max or minimal. If you have your AC running and everything like that with water already inside, and you ever want to drain it, you have this, okay? So you're able to move this blue lever facing forward, and then you can drain the water that is inside of here if you want to replace it, right, with some fresh water. So that is for the AC.